Okay, so for this next technique, I'm going to show you how to do a very simple vignette. I'm going to darken down the edges of this image, but instead of actually burning or actually drawing across with the brush or anything like that, we're just going to do a very simple vignette. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Very first thing we want to do, you want to hit on selections up here, and we're looking for the elliptical marquee tool. So then I'm going to feather it. Now what the feathering basically means is if we had this set at 0 and I drew on a vignette, it would have a very hard edge. So to make it more realistic, more believable, and to make sure there's no hard edge, we set the feather a lot higher. And you can play with this. As you get to know the technique, you'll get a favorite feather, what you actually prefer and what you find works the best. So a simple thing we're going to do, I'm just going to hit Ctrl J, so we do this on a background layer. And we're just going to left click and drag over the bit that we want to stay highlighted. So we want to darken down the edges and keep the waterfall nice and bright. Next thing we want to do, we want to invert this selection, because right now this is the area that's selected, but we actually want to play with the bits around the outside. So there's two ways we can do this. We can use our shortcut, or we can go to select and we can go to inverse, and you can see there that the shortcut is Shift, Control and I. So let's hit inverse. So now you can see we have the outside bit here selected, and what we're going to do next, we're going to go for our levels. So that's Control L. Just bring this across to the side so you can see. And what we're going to do, hit the middle slider there, and we're just going to drag this across. And I'll go extreme so you can see what happens. We're just going to back it off just a little bit, make it a little bit more realistic. Click OK at that. And then what we do is we hit Control D, which is deselect, and there you go. You can see now how we have all this here darkened in lovely, and over the top there as well. Doesn't affect the sky, because on this particular image we don't have that much information in the sky level there, but it does bring in this nicely, and you can see if I turn this layer on and off how much of an effect it makes. And because we had the feather, you can sort of just see it's a round edge there, but it's not a distinct edge, and if you didn't already see that before, you probably wouldn't notice. But again, that's something you can experiment with, and this is a very simple technique, but it does produce a really nice vignette.